Hey, what's up, guys? GC Dunkaroo. We're back. I think this is expert for Ventura Open, and we are getting ready to qualify. Although we're not going to try to qualify here, we are going to try and learn the course. Definitely some decent scores out there. A lot of people dropping hole one. Looks like there's a pretty big funnel on hole one, so we'll give it a shot and just try to learn some things about the course, and then try to come back and qualify tomorrow. So, hole one, we're going to play with the APOC and a Kingmaker. I may actually drop down to a lesser ball, depending on the wind. But we'll just have to kind of see what we get here. Like I said, the goal of this is to learn some things. It's not necessarily to get the best score, get a qualifying score, or anything like that. I'll make some notes tomorrow night and then come back on Tuesday evening and see what we can come up with. So I think with this win, I'm gonna try the Berserker shot and see just how close we can get. Because I already know where the spot is to run a drop in the funnel. So I'm going to see if we can just dial in a Berserker shot that works. Looks like maybe we don't even need a Berserker shot. I'm going to try it with no topspin. Let's see how this turns out. No good. Right into the rough there. But based on where we landed, I think that shot will actually work out moving forward. Kind of wish we could do that one again. I'm just going to let our opponent hit here, and then I'll forfeit it. But that would be a nice eagle opportunity to get every time. Let's see if you guys can see this funnel. I don't know. Might not be able to with the Spitfire. So it looks like here it's 2 right spin. You can kind of see that it's a pretty big funnel there. Oh wow, even more of a funnel there. So if you get stuck in the bunker, big funnel there. Let's just see if we can hit it. No, but I didn't adjust anything, so now I'm gonna get a friggin' well, I'll still be able to get a bogey. But yeah, so massive funnel there on the first hole. Definitely want to stay out of the bunker and stay out of the rough. I don't even think there's much rough there, but let's go back and watch that shot real quick. That tee shot. Obviously, we went into the rough, but what I want to take away from it is that with a 10 mile per hour wind and full OP, it looks like we do not. I mean, it looks like we're going to have the right bounce. So, I mean, even at 3, it was looking like it was a pretty massive bounce there. So, I'm not sure exactly how we got so far right. I didn't really see that coming. But I don't make the physics in the game either. But you can kind of see that we do bounce before the rough kicks in at the end of the fairway. So I do think that it's going to be a decent shot opportunity to dial in. All right, hole number 2. So par 3. I'm going to try the sniper. Use one of these Daruma balls. I'm almost thinking of using a baseball instead. I really just want the wind resistance. I don't really want to use up the side spin. Alright, so 20% elevation. I'll go back to a Daruma ball if we need to. If it looks like the baseball at a power 3 is going to put us in, some sort of weird zone. Alright, so 5.3 is the wind. So it's going to be about 5.1 rings. Yeah, see, we're going to have to use a Daruma. I know that our elevations aren't right, but we'll try this. And it looks like it's going to drop. Alright, so power 3 yardages, min distance, which in a power 1, which would have been 4.9. So we'll have to adjust that a little bit. But, we were kind of like 15%, so maybe 10%. So we were right about there. I don't like the fact that it bounced into the hole, but I do think that a lot of people are going to be ball compromised here with the sniper in terms of how far do you let the bounces go, and do you want to land on the green, or do you want to land on the fringe? Because the fringe can sometimes give you that funny bounce. I used a 2 right spin there to kind of counteract any kind of left bounce that comes from the wind. I think that shot that our opponent just hit is what you're going to see a lot. It's going to be really hard for people to really dial in a shot here. But I do think you're going to definitely see hole-in-ones as to go along with those really close birdie opportunities. All right, hole 3 is par 5. Use the APOC. And I don't need much, so I'll probably use Probably just use an Aurora ball. This is definitely not a long hole. I might go to a enforcer ball, depending on the wind, just for that side spin 3. The key that we're looking for, there's a big funnel coming into the hole, so we're basically just going to try to be able to catch that funnel with our shot. You're going to see a lot of people do this, like a power curl. I think the critical nature of it is, what do you gain out of it? I don't know what that answer is yet, so I think we're going to still have to find out what you gain out of it. I know that fairway at the top by the bunker gets really tiny, and I'd much rather have a sniper or long iron into the green than a Nirvana shot. But hopefully he'll hit his shot, and we'll be able to see what it does. Yeah, see, I don't want to do that. I don't need that. So that's why I'm going with the power 2. So 5.0 is going to be 3.8 rings. I push up to max. And then 3.8. So then I'm literally going to use a little more than a half a ball of curl. And I'm thinking of basically trying to get about a ball of curl there. If I can do that every time, that's way more to me than what I need. I don't have the second shot dialed in yet, so I'm going to try at a 5% elevation change. Yeah, see kind of the way his ball's landing and rolling. It's not really giving any sort of a adjustment to the funnel at that point. I like how long they let this go on the. Clearly, it's a replay, but that went like 10 seconds into past the 0. All right, so 5%. I think we're at grizzly range. So there's min grizzly. So I'm just gonna come up just a little bit, put a bar of backspin and 2 left spin, maybe 2 bars of backspin. Maybe 3 bars of backspin. Trying to find this funnel. Maybe we'll come up to mid. So you can kind of see right there, that's a funnel. So 5.8 at mid is 5.7. We timed out, but that's alright because we were able to find the funnel. And like I said, we're just trying to learn some things. So I thought about rushing it, but I decided just to let it play out that way. And then now we'll go after the funnel now that we have a decent idea of what we need. So 5% at mid is going to be 5.2 rings. So 3 left and 3 back. Guess there's only 2 left. Okay, so then 5.2 rings. And let's see if we're able to catch the funnel. Boom, right there. So you can kind of see that funnel. Looks like it's 3 left, 2 back. Had we been playing on a normal shot, that would have been a albatross, but definitely one that you can catch coming into the coming into that hole. All right, we're gonna either drop a bunch of shots and qualify, or we're not gonna do that. Sniper, gonna play with a power 1 ball. I haven't dialed in this elevation yet. And I haven't dialed in exactly what type of shot I want to do either. I think I might try the rough bump. So it's kind of like a 40% slider. I'm going to play 0% distance. So 5.9 is going to be 5.1. Man, that's a tough shot. I'm just going to time out. I didn't really like any of the adjustments there. It might be one where we do use a Goliath shot. I'm probably at like a 20% elevation change. I'm not sure if I even have a Goliath. I might have it on the 5th bag. Nope. Okay. So, and I can't use a grizzly. What if I switch to a power 3 ball? I'm just going to time out on this hole and keep working on it. To me, there just wasn't enough there to dial it in. I think I need to use a Goliath and do that shot there. Alright, let's see if we can get this forfeited before he putts. So yeah, hole 4 to me is a tricky shot, challenging shot. One that's going to take a little bit of work. Alright, so hole 5 I'm going to play with a baseball. No, not a baseball. Let's do... We can try the enforcer ball. I wonder if we can use an APOC and just kind of run out into the fairway there. You can't do a power slice here. You can't do a power hook because those trees will get in the way. Obviously, this guy's trying to do a backspin shot, I think. Yeah. So let's see what it looks like with the APOC. So I'm going to try and go full left with some backspin and some curl on it. Oh man, I really like that shot. That's going to help us really good. That's going to give us a chance for an albatross at that point. So I do like that shot. And this is partly why I use the side spin 3-ball. You could almost use a kingmaker as well. So I'm going to look first and see if there's a funnel. And then if there's not, then on my second shot, I'll try to just drop it as is. But at 366, we have a lot of options with the sniper. Close. Close. It's a really tricky green in the sense that there's a lot of undulation to it. And so your ball can do some weird things. So this is max. Yeah, see there's a little funnel right there. What if we go like that? Kind of like that. So 4 back, 3 right. We'll remember that and try this shot again. What's the elevation here? Looks like maybe a minus 10% shot. So minus 10, 6-1 is going to be 5.5. So we're going to go 3 right, 4 back. 5.5 rings. Hit great. Let's see if it's great proof. It's not great proof. I played -10 there. I don't even think it's -10. I think at the most it's -5. Because if you notice where we aim at, we'll show you right here. What the heck? I can't even see my second shot. Well, if you go back and watch the replay, I don't know why I can't see my third shot. Huh. Anyways, if you go back and watch the replay, you'll see that I lined up before the fringe and it bounced, I believe, on the fringe. I wish we had a chance to actually look at that. Maybe I'll close this out and see if we can load it up. So that tells me that I didn't pull back enough rings. I'm sure it's not going to let me see it, but yeah, so I'll have to look at the replay, but it tells me I didn't pull back enough rings. And so if I needed to pull back more rings, then that would be like a -5%, because at -10%, that was 5.5. At -5%, it was 5.8. So that might have been the difference between, obviously we hit great left as well, but that might have been the difference between finding that funnel that we found and something else. So, all right, so let's move on to hole 5? Hole 6, jeez, hole 6, par 4. All right, no clue what we're doing here. Maybe the Thor's hammer. I don't even know what ball we're using. I don't even know what the elevation is. So let's just see what we got. I think this shot is definitely wind dependent. The two options are to go over the bunker, landing in that fairway, that little fairway patch, or to boom it all the way down and then have a short iron shot into the green. Yeah, so it would take an act of God to be able to get that shot. I'm going to play this with a baseball. And we're going to play it with an APOC. And we're just trying to get it down as far as we can. So I'm going to play this at 20% elevation. 6-1. It's going to be 5-1. Put a little bit of OP and a little bit of curl on it. Oh man, into the rough. Okay, so no OP. So I'm just going to chip out for the second shot, so we can take a shot at the green from where I would expect the ball to land. I think a lot of people will use this power 5 shot here. It's definitely risky, but it's a risk reward kind of game, you know. As it looks like you do have to use overpower and yeah, so he's got to use 2.5 rings of overpower. Better be safe to go 3. I hope he gets it so we can see it happen. Nope. No, he's blocked by a tree too. Jeez. Alright, so I'm just going to chip out to would say we'd be like right around here. To get the ball to stop. Jeez. Yeah, I mean, I think you could probably reasonably get it to there or so. So we'll just try this. And we'll take our short iron shot from here. So, if you're using an APOC 6, do not use overpower. I almost considered using a Thor's hammer right there just because of being able to see the 3.8 ball guide. I think there's just a lot of rollout when it comes to this big downhill shot. I could probably use a rock as well. I mean, really, all we're trying to do is just get it down there. Hopefully it rolls off the green. I know it's a replay. I'm just curious if it rolls off the green or not. Oh man, that's one hell of a putt. One hell of a putt right there. Alright, so what do you guys think? 0%? I mean, it almost looks like we're uphill. Maybe we'll go -5. $1.5 or 2.3. So we'll go about 1.5 rings. Let's see if we were right. Money. So -5 at, sorry about that. -5 at min distance is the play to knock in that shot right there. I almost want to watch this shot just to see what it does. So -5 at min distance gets in the hole there on, what was that, hole 6? Alright, hole 7. Hopefully there's not a bunch of people tanking it. Looks like there's not. We should be okay. Alright, hole 7's a par 3. We're going to play with the sniper. And let's try the Kraken ball. Let's just get rid of the Dreamer balls. So I played it on the other account at 15% at 30% elevation. A 30% slider. That was on my pro account. So same distance is, I'm not sure what the wind's going to be, so I'm kind of feeling like it's going to be a headwind. And it is. So it's going to adjust things a little bit. So we'll go up here, put the ring right there. I'm not going to go full back. I'm just going to go to 6 back. So then 6.3 is going to be 6 rings. And I think this is going to be short. It's going to fall off. Okay, so now we know that it's definitely more than we're gonna probably have to play it at mid distance. It would have been more than 30% because we played with the power 1 ball. So if we play it at mid, it'd be 6.4. So that's probably a mid distance shot right there. almost want to play it with a power 2, but I don't have any power 2 low wind balls. So yeah, mid distance. I should have not missed that. Okay. All right, so mid distance there, 15% elevation. I just want to see where our landing spot ended up being. Hopefully we can see that. Oop. All right, so 6.3 was our wind, which would have been 6.4 at mid. I even tried to keep it right of the hole there. So we were kind of aimed right in the center there. We weren't too far off. We were well short though. That was a much better angle to kind of see where we were. So we were well off of that. I think we're gonna have to cut down on the backspin a little bit and just kind of trust the ball. All right, hole number 8. I think it depends on what kind of wind we get here. I'm either going to use the APOC or the rock. Excuse me. Big tailwind. Oh, I don't know what he was trying to do there. I mean, he's probably still going to make. Let's see what we can do with the Berserker. I mean, it looks like no more than like 4, maybe 5 topspin. Alright, so that's 8.4. Go by 8. Hit great. It's coming back around a little bit. Does it stop? Stop. Well, I don't really know what to do with that. I think it's definitely a drivable par 4, actually. But man, that's close. I'm going to say it's not drivable, but it is reachable. And let's take a look at the shot. So a 9.4 wind. We did hit great right. We only went with 3 topspin. No, I think we switched to 5, right? Yeah, so 5 topspin. We adjusted 8 rings. I don't know if that was right or not. And then we pushed up to max. Used about a ball and a half of curl. Hit great right. Oh, we hit great left. The ball lands at plenty of distance, but I don't want to run it up anymore. So I think I think 3 topspin would have been right. Okay. So at 9.4 at 10%, it would have been 7.8 rings. So we were right in the ballpark. Okay. I do like that shot. All right, hole 9, par 5. I'm just going to start out with a rose ball, and we'll see what kind of distance they give us, or kind of wind they give us. We had a really good wind in pro to be able to get over the first fairway into the second fairway, and that was with a, what do I use, a Kingmaker there, Katana. So yeah, same thing here. So 9-1 is going to be 7.5 rings, and I don't think we have anything over there. Okay. It's going to be a hell of an adjustment. We were on the fairway for a second there. So that adjustment works. We hit good right, so obviously we went much further right than we wanted to, but that adjustment does work. And I mean, at this point, it's really all we want to do is get the ball down there. Our opponent didn't curl it enough. You have to put full curl in this, or else it's not going to make it. Well, I guess with the Titan, it's not going to make it either. That's for sure. Alright, so I'm just going to chip this out so we can kind of see. I think it would have been right about here. Maybe a little further than the ball would have gone, but if we'd hit perfect with full curl, I think that's about the spot it would have landed in. So playing this in pro, there wasn't a good shot with the Grizzly, and there wasn't a good shot with the Sniper. With the Power 5 ball, I think we're going to be in Grizzly territory again. So we'll try to see if we can find maybe a funnel. Being this far left, the majority of it's going to be a tailwind, so that's going to be good. But it's really hard to get anything to kick to the left on this green. You really almost need to go on the left side, but I don't even know how to do that either. I mean, I guess you can kind of rough bump it. Is there any funnel? There is a funnel there. Okay. I guess we're uphill. I'm just gonna let this go. So 2 back and 2 1/4 right. And we'll see what this rough bump looks like. Since we're going to be adjusting downhill, we would want a 1201 pull. I guess we lost, right? Dang it. Well, there is a rough bump there. I haven't dialed it in yet. I probably won't dial it in for qualifying unless I don't qualify tomorrow. Um, we can kind of go back and look at that. Nope, we can't. Well, I can go back on the tape and look at it. So, honestly, this looks like a really easy course. There's an easy drop on 1. There's an easy drop on 3. There's a pretty easy drop on. Let me pull up the holes real quick so I can remember what holes. 1's got a pretty easy drop. We did drop 2, although I don't think that's going to be consistent. There's a pretty easy drop on 3. 5, it looks like we did find a funnel on 5. We just need to make the adjustment to it. 6, there's a drop there easily. By going down the right hand side and then having the min distance, the min distance short iron shot. 7, I could see 7 being droppable. 8, if we can dial in 8, I think you can get to like either a short iron shot or even a wedge shot. And then 9, I mean, we could be looking at like just some ridiculous scores. I mean, if I just do the math here, you drop 1, you don't drop 2, you drop 3, you're already 6 under at that point. You don't drop 4, you drop 5, now you're at 9 under. 6, you drop, now you're 11 under. 7, yeah, maybe. I put you at 8 under. 8, you drop, that's 10 under. What am I missing? And then 9 is, you could potentially make that one, which would put you at, 13. I'm missing something here. Anyways, my point is 14 or 15 under is very reasonable when it comes to this tournament. It's not a hard course. There's a lot of funnels on it. The key in these qualifying rounds is to find the funnels and be consistent. So definitely take a look at that. Look at the tape of what we put out there. Like I said, if you plan on shooting minus 12, minus 24, and making the weekend, I don't know if it's going to happen. It seems to be that easy of a course that you probably need to get to minus 13, minus 14, and really understand where you can be aggressive and where you can be need to be a little more conservative because there's trouble. So the par 3s are easy. There's not a lot of water. The only water's on 7 and on 8. You're not going to come into the water on 7. 8, you could potentially go in the water, and it's very easy to do actually on that hole. So that is one thing to be concerned with if you're going to be aggressive with that tee shot. But I mean, it's a fairly easy course for Playdemic standards. So good luck out there, guys. I'm probably not going to stream